Guys, Seyi Tinubu has finally addressed the public, and we are not here to talk about things he said in that particular message. We are here to analyze it, to talk more, to share light regarding that particular message, because obviously the message he passed, there is more to it. And here we're going to talk about this particular message and say some things that we discovered in this particular message. And for those of you that don't know why he came to the public to address this particular matter, so some days ago, King Mitchy came for Verydarkman and said a lot of things about Verydarkman, and Verydarkman didn't take this particular matter lightly. Then he decided to go for King Mitchy, and while trying to go for King Mitchy, he decided to attach Seyi Tinubu to the matter, and also even attach Tinubu himself, the president, into the matter. So this whole situation have been going, there have been up and down, there have been back and forth regarding this particular matter, and along the line, Seyi Tinubu decided to even unfollow King Mitchy because of this particular incident. And as we speak, King Mitchy have been feeling uncomfortable. She has attempted to end it all over and over for like twice now. So now let's talk about, we are not basically talking about this whole thing because I believe many of you knew what actually happened. We are here to analyze and also share more light to this particular message Seyi Tinubu shared, because there is obviously more to this particular message. So let me read this particular message. I will also put the message by the screen so that you guys will also read with me. So let me read it first before we analyze it. So it starts like this. Over the past few days, my name has been deliberately drawn into an online dispute between Verydarkman, VDM, and King Mitchy. Let me be clear. The allegation and insinuations made about me are false. I met Mitchy once in a public setting alongside others. On that occasion, I provided financial support toward our NGO activities, just as I have supported many young Nigerians and organizations working to empower our people. A follow-up meeting had been scheduled for me to receive an update on the impact of our NGO work following the donation. The meeting did not take place because I have been unwell. There has never been a private encounter, no secret arrangements, no impropriety of any kind. What is deeply concerning is that a feud I did not start, in which I have played no part, has been used as a vehicle to insert my name into a narrative without basis in truth. For reasons best known to him, VDM appears to have been looking for a trigger, an opportunity to attack and attempt to harm my reputation, and seize upon this situation to do so. I will not accept that. If my name generates attention, let us at least deal in fact. Supporting charitable cause is not a crime. Meeting someone publicly to support their NGO is not a scandal. Repeating falsehood loudly does not transform them into truth. Pardon me the way I read this thing. You guys will just sit on the screen for you to better see it, but that is not where I'm going to. So now, I will not be bullied, and I will not dignify fiction with panic. I have experienced bullying before, and I understand the harm it can cause. That is why I take a first stance against it. What we are witnessing online, particularly the escalation of attacks that many suggest are having serious mental health impact, it is unacceptable. No disagreement should descend into harassment that risks someone's well-being or safety. Philanthropy and outreach must never be politicized or weaponized. For over a decade, through my foundation and personal giving, I have supported initiatives in education, enterprise, health, youth empowerment, and many others. That work is transparent, documented, and rooted in service. To those seeking to manufacture controversy, Nigeria needs builders, not bullies. We need responsible discourse, not sensationalism driven by speculation. I firmly reject the accusation made against me. I call for de-escalation, for restraint, and for a return to truth and responsibility. Noise will fade, characters and work endure. I remain committed to serving Nigeria, especially our youth, with integrity and transparency. Guys, so this particular thing that Seyi Tinubu came out to address, I feel there is more to it, because This particular individual is at the top, and he can decide to stay mute, to stay quiet regardless, and nobody will want him to address the whole thing, because at the end of the day, people will talk, Verydarkman will talk, King Mitchy will talk, and at the end of the day, people will forget it and move on. But there is more to it. Now let us look at it with this angle. Let's look at it like this. Election is coming, right? And Seyi Tinubu is playing a vital role in making sure that his father becomes the next president. Now, what does this tell you? This man, Bola Tinubu, will not want any dent on his name. He wouldn't want any controversy that will divide the country. He wouldn't want in a situation whereby some people will be on his side and some persons will not be on his side, or some people will be on Seyi Tinubu's side. Why some people are on Tinubu's side? He doesn't want people to be divided in a simple word. And now, if he decides to be quiet regarding it, people will have to start saying a lot of things about this guy, and they don't want to be judged, even though they know that they know the way to play their card to eventually still become the president. But regardless, they need to push out that good name. That is why he's preaching. If you look at the message very well, you'll see that he's focusing more on preaching peace and not war. This particular guy we're talking about here, Seyi Tinubu, he can decide to arrest Verydarkman, and there will be back and forth regarding it. And if he arrests him, it might actually silence him for a while, and they will put things into order, because a lot of things has been said by Verydarkman. And trust me, if it is on a good day when election is not fast approaching, trust me, they would have picked Verydarkman, like they would have arrested him, because he said a lot of things without facts, and honestly speaking, it would have put him in a big problem. But I guess Verydarkman doesn't care, because he knows in any way they will eventually still arrest him. So he just want to say what he feels like saying and just do his thing. You know, Verydarkman, they agree. That guy, they agree. So that's why I just feel like Seyi Tinubu is deliberately doing this, preaching peace instead of using power, because he can just decide to use power. You can see that then it's in one of this Verydarkman video, he made it clear. He said that if Seyi Tinubu wants to arrest him, he has the power, he has the connect. His father is the president. So now he decided not to do that. Instead of him to do that, he's preaching peace. That's a strategy. He doesn't want to do anything that will allow people to bash him. Imagine arresting Verydarkman with his high influence. Arresting him will actually make many Nigerians say a lot of things about Seyi Tinubu. They will say, you are trying to abuse, you are trying to use power, that's an abuse of power, this, that. And they don't want that. That's why they're just trying to make peace and to just make the whole thing die down without having to arrest anybody, without having to oppress anybody. That's just what they're trying to do. But that is what I feel. That is my own analysis. Whatever you feel, guys, feel free to write it below this video. Air your own opinion. It's a free space. Air your own opinion, but make sure you're careful with the things you say. It's a sensitive word, so make sure that you don't say things that will put you in jail, because we're in a civilized world, and whatever you say, you'll be held accountable for it regardless. There's freedom of speech, but know that any speech that will harm another person, we don't encourage it on this particular platform. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you for staying glued. If this is the first time you're coming across my video, make sure you subscribe and make sure you click on the bell notification, so that when next we drop valuable videos, you're gonna be the first person to get notified. I know you find this very interesting, and you're feeling the fact that King Mitchy, Verydarkman have been doing plenty drama, and it's becoming crazy. It's becoming really crazy, and let's watch to see what next Verydarkman will do. Now we not go bury himself. Let's see what next is going to do. Thank you guys, and make sure you comment, you drop your thoughts below this video before you go, and I'll see you on the next video.